Howdy folks, Laxo here again, and today we're going to be doing some teams here in World Championship. So, I have done a couple videos where I go over how to make a team comp, or what my team comps are, but today we're going to be making team comps live. I'm going to be going over the step-by-step process as I do it, and then later on, probably another video, we're going to be doing some more attacks, so let's go ahead and do it. First thing we need to do is clear all the team comps. Alright, so now I have all my team comps cleared. I just have one unit down in each team, and that represents the soul hall I'm going to be running on each team. So, I have an idea on a couple of these team comps of what I want to run. So the first thing I'm going to do is look at each character I have and think of, do I have a combo that I can use with each of these characters? And right at the bat, I have Sodeno here, and I like to run these two units together. Hyodomaru gets his rage back for each frozen unit, and they work really, really well together, so I'm going to use both of these units together. Next, I'm going to go with Sogyo here. Sogyo, I do like to run any big AoE unit. So let's go ahead and take a look here. I can run somebody like Byakuya. He has some pretty good damage. I could even run somebody like Shinji. He's not too bad. But the unit I usually like to use is right here. Why? Because they work really, really well together. So if you can get the final kill with Aizen, everything works out well. Okay, so the next one I have here, I like to run... Where is she at? I do like to run Soifone with Stark. So right out of the gate, toss Soifone in there. And I always run Stark after Soifone. Ichigo, don't really have anybody run with him, or off the top of my head. Same with Koga. Koga is usually there just for a pretty good soul haul. So right here, I can run. There you go. These two work pretty well together. And I also like to run Ichigo with Nell as well. So we're going to toss Ichigo in there. Now I'm going to backtrack here, look at Soifone. I always run Ulquiorra in this team comp. What else do I have here? So on my bleed teams, I usually like to run Orihime, just for a little bit of survivability out there. And speaking of survivability, let's go ahead and work on that. So, Team 1. One character I do like to run is Aizen. I love to run Aizen on this soul hall. Alright, who else? So, both of these do pretty well with shields. That's the reason why I'm running them out there. Let's see here. So, this is pretty good survivability, a lot of tankiness in the front row. So I'm going to go ahead and toss a unit that can actually have some, that needs good survivability out there. So let's toss on probably Byakuya. Why? Because we get a lot of defense, and we get a lot of defense reduction here, so Byakuya would work pretty well with that. Also, we can probably run a unit on this team that has some kind of... Actually, you know what? Aizen has some pretty good rage reduction, so we're going to leave that there. Next, we can go to a team comp that needs a little bit more tankiness. You know what? So this team comp right here is going to last a few rounds, or we're going to need it to last a few rounds. So let's go ahead and put a unit out there that actually gets better as the match goes on. Boom, Ikkaku. What would also really help this team comp is probably a little bit of rage reduction. So we're going to go ahead and toss Shinji on here. A little bit of survivability. He does give some damage reduction, so that is nice. But now we are lacking 2 spots, so we need 2 tanks for this team. And we need a dragon. So let's go ahead and check out the dragons here. What tanky unit do we have here that can run as a dragon? Well, we can possibly run Ulquiorra here. Let's see who else we have. It doesn't have to be an actual tank. What it could be is somebody like this. Why? Because we have the 6 runes here. We have 6 runes on Toshido, and that really helps out against skill specialty units. And as you can see here, our main damage dealers are attack units. So we get not just extra damage to skill specialty units, but we have actual attack units here, or attack specialty that will do extra damage. So it's like a double whammy. But now we probably need a pretty good tank in the front row. So let's go ahead and see what we have. So who can we run as a tank here? Well, what I do like here is we don't need anything, since we already have all the positions filled. This can be anybody. We do have a little bit of rage regen and rage reduction right there. We have power here, we have power here, we have power here. So we pretty much just need a tank. And you know what? Looking out here, I see... You know what? Rangiku, I think, is actually going to be pretty solid in this lineup. As long as I can get her to survive a little bit, she should be okay. Typically, I'd want to run a healer. So maybe somebody like Unohana might not be too bad. So we might come back to this team. But other than that, this team looks okay as is. Anyways, let's go ahead and jump around here. Tell you what we're going to do here. I do like to run Koga and Ichigo together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these in the same team here. There you go. And what we're going to do is we're going to work on this team now. I do like to have... Let's see. I do like to have some big damage on some of these teams. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run Ulquiorra and Tosin on this team, just to get some really, really big damage. Now, what I have here is I am going for pretty much the one-shot at this point. What I need to do is I have to keep my units alive at this point. So now we're going to put some units in the front row that'll help me stay alive. A little bit of damage reduction is nice. However, I do think I'm probably going to need Nemu on this team. Now, I'm going to need a tiger and a bird. So we're going to put a tiger out here. And now I need a bird unit. So, right out of the gate, Nell is great at damage reduction. So she might just be the one. However, I really would like some rage regen. So, I think I'm going to have to go with Ichigo in this setup. Now, it is a fairly squishy lineup. However, I do have some rage regen, I have some debuffs right here, I have huge damage here, well, I should say damage ramping, and then I have huge damage here, so I do like the way this team is looking. Let's check out another team here. Let's see if we can finish this team off here. So, what we have here is we're probably gonna need some kind of... Because the problem is Byakuya wouldn't be able to completely one-shot a team. He'd just be able to mostly one-shot a team. So we're going to put Cura out here for a little bit of healing reduction. So if the enemy team does heal up, we are still in the green. Now, what we need here is we're going to need one more frontliner and one more backliner. So let's see here. For the frontliner, I would probably... You know what? There are a couple squishy units on this team, so let's go ahead and toss Unohana in here, just in case one of them does die. And then what do we need for the back line? We need... Can I have one more either damage dealer or... Let's see here. Oh, you know what we don't have? We have a little bit of rage reduction here. So we could get like a support-ish unit. Which, let's see, probably... You know what? Let's go ahead and toss in either Nell or... You know, let's use Cotton Kill Cuts for now. And I might swap... Let's go like that, maybe. I think this is probably good right there. Just need to put on the right soul hall. There you go. So let's see here. With this team, we have pretty good rage control right here. We have debuffs here and here. A little bit of healing here, but big damage here. And of course, Kira does some pretty decent damage as well. So I do like the way this team looks, but I might come back to it. So we can work on either this team or this team. So what I want to work on here is probably a front row killing team. So let's go ahead and swap Hyoden Maru to the front row and see what we got. So for good front row units is... Let's see. So, obviously, we gotta have Noelle in there. Noelle I'll put there. And we gotta have both of these units in here as well. So we'll go like this. There you go. So now we have some pretty good damage here. Definitely good enough to kill a front row. However, now I need one more good unit here for the front row. Tell you what, I'm kind of feeling I got either one of these 4 units I can run on this team. I'm going to go ahead and toss... Tell you what, we need some more rage on this team, so I'm going to go ahead and toss Unohana on here for now, but once again, I might come back to this team later. Maybe I might swap out Unohana. Or... No, I do like all 3 of these units running together, so I'm probably gonna leave that team there. Let's go ahead and check out another team. Let's go ahead and finish off this team here. So, what I would like is I would like some more dots on this team. And let's see here. So I have like Yamamoto for dots. Let's check out... Tell you what, I have some poison from Baragon I could put on this team. And obviously, I'm not going to have Soifone go first. So I am going to need a little bit of sustain. And so that means I'm going to need... I could probably use that Soul Hall. So let's toss Hinomari out there. And now I need one more unit. And I think I know which one I want to use. I don't have very much CC, and I think the best CC units I have are either Yamamoto or Rangiku. Let's toss Yamamoto in here for now. I would like to toss Rangiku in there, but I'm going to give Yamamoto a shot, see how he does, especially with his extra stack of burn out there. Also, I'm going to want to run the Black Tortoise Soul Hall because I get extra crit resist and block rate, and this team isn't super tanky, but if I give it extra crit resist and block, I think it'll pull through, especially if I can get Soifone to rage. It would probably be GG, and then have Stark to rage immediately afterwards. Alright, so now I have 2 more team comps, and I actually have several good units left that I can toss on these teams. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on this team here. Let's see. So I could put Vosto in the back. I'm going to need some healing. So I could probably put Nell in here. I don't think Nell would be too bad. Plus she does help me out with a little bit of damage reduction as well. Let's just double check these teams. Yeah, those teams are done. Alright, so I'm down to 2. And who else? So I'm gonna need to probably... I could probably get a little bit of rage control out there. Yeah, let's go ahead and toss Geen in there. That way Geen can feed rage to Vostalorde. And then Vosto can probably rage a couple times. However, I do want to keep the... I probably want to keep the Baragon Soul, although I might want to swap over to Ichigo. Let's see. By Baragon, I mean Koga, because they share the same Soul Hall. So I'm going to need 1 Tiger and 1 Tortoise. So I'm going to need a tanky character in here. And maybe a damage dealer. You know what? I actually really do like Renji in this lineup. Especially if Renji lasts long enough, he could become a really, really good tank. So I do like him in this lineup. Let's go ahead and swap over to Black Tortoise and see what we can work. Let's see what we have to work with here. So I think Baragon might not be bad in this setup. If I can swap... You know what? I think I do like Baragon in this lineup because I do like my lion attackers working together. And would you look at that? Baragon just so happens to be another attacker. So, I do like this setup. I think what I'm going for here is I'm going for Geen and Ichigo to pretty much carry me through this, but I do have a lot of sustain, especially with the Black Tortoise Soul Hall here. And if I can get Renji to rage 2, 3, 4 times, then he's just going to become an absolute monster of a tank. Alright, last team here, and I think I know who I want in this lineup here. So obviously we're going to toss Nini in there. And I need 1 more bird. I think it might just be Rukia. Although I do like I think Hallibell might not be too bad. If I could put Hallibell in there, but then I wouldn't get the Soul Hall. So I think I'm just going to go Rukia in this case. Let's see, if I can put Rukia here, I can probably... I could probably go like this. I can probably get away with that pretty well. Let's see who else I would have to work with. I actually am, once again, I'm missing like Kazi Shini. He's pretty good. He could go in a couple of different lineups. I have Tensa. He could probably go in a couple of these lineups as well. But I think I like this here. Now, by no means are these teams perfect, but I do feel they will suffice for now. Alright, so one thing I actually was trying to go over as I was finishing up these teams is I was trying to review them and give you guys win potential that I had, or a scenario in which I win. Now, once again, not all these teams are perfect, but they all can win battles for sure. I might do some swapping around of the units. I do like Yoruichi going last, and then those two there. Tell you what, yeah, I think I like that. I could probably swap these two just like that. That doesn't look too bad. Who else do I have? I'll swap these two here, and then I could probably swap these as well. Who else? Tell you what, I do want Yamamoto to go before Soifon, so I'm going to leave it there, even though it might not be the best setup. I think that'll do. Ulquiorra is fine there. I am missing a little bit of healing on that team, but I think it'll work. This team is... I actually want to see this team work, because this... I might just one-shot an entire enemy back row as soon as the battle starts. This team, a lot of survivability out there. Look at all that sustain, survivability. Man, that's going to be fun to watch. And this team is pretty much just a knockoff bleed team, you know? I got Urahara, Nell, they'll work well together. I have some extra crit up here, and when Nell crits, it does a lot of damage. And then, of course, extra damage reduction damage here, some more sustain there, and some shields there. Anyways, guys, that is going to wrap this one up here. If you guys enjoyed, feel free to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button as well. I'd appreciate it. And I will have more battles coming a little bit later. I'll see y'all next time.